Hello everyone, Denise here. Today I'm going to show you the cropped version of the Sowieso sweater. This one in front of you is like a 3 to 4X. I will insert a picture so that you can see it on my mannequin. It's much cuter on than it is laying on the table. This you can make in any size, any body, any size, literally, and I'll show you my doll that I made one for. So this is totally customizable to however large or small you want to make it. So I have my little doll here that has a tiny version on, and is that not adorable? Oh my gosh, she is so cute. So let me tell you how to do that. So the pattern will tell you what length of chain to make, and then how to deviate from that I'll show you in the video. Essentially what you need to do is you can either follow my recommendations for the chain, or you can deviate from that. Like for the baby sweater, I had to deviate from this because I wanted to use a DK weight yarn, and if I chained 35, that would be way too loose for the neck. So this is how you do it. You will think about what size you want to make, what your yarn you're using, and what hook you're using, because that is going to change your chain as well. I have examples here of if you do a smaller chain of 30, and then you'd be chaining 31. So essentially this is your front here. Those are your front 2 stitches. And then your back 2 stitches back here, and then you will take and divide the rest of the stitches so that you have even amounts for your arm stitches. So to show you in actual time, these are our front stitches. Now this is a different chain. This is 26 stitches, but we chain 27. These are our front 2 stitches right here. All these dots represent stitches. These are our 2 back dots, back stitches. So in between here, since we have a 26 stitches, we have 13 stitches on each side. We have to decide how many are going to be for our front panels and how many are going to be for the back, and then decide the arms. So this is what I do. I go ahead and I just start counting stitches on the front here. And if you do this in pencil, you can erase it. But let's say this is our first, second, third, fourth, first, second, third, fourth on this side. Now you want to match it up to the back to make sure that you're staying even. So you have 1 stitch on each side of our 13 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that gives us a back panel and 2 front panels. Now what do we have for our free stitches? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we need 4 increases. You could have more of a back panel if you want. You could add 1 each to the back panel, and then you'd have to add 1 more each to the front panel, so we are even. So that's 5 front, 10 in back. Now you could divide 4 sleeves here. You need 4 increases. So this would be an increase stitch, this would be an increase stitch, this would be an increase stitch, and this would be an increase stitch. Then what you have left for your arms is 1 stitch each. Or you could do it the other way, where we had 4, 4, 4, 4, then you had 5 free stitches. If you had 5 free stitches, you could make this one an increase, this one an increase, and then have 3 stitches for your arm. So what would that look like? That would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's your back stitch. This is your front stitch. Back stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 front stitch. So instead of 1 for your arm, you could do 3 for your arm by having 4 stitches for your front panels, 8 stitches for your back total. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 open, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 open. So then this one would become an increase, this one would become an increase, this one would become an increase, and this one would become an increase. Then you would have 3 stitches for each arm. You would do that because you're using a different size yarn. Maybe you're using thread. You're using a smaller hook, a bigger hook, whatever changes the size of your chain to start for your neck is the deciding factor on how many you have to chain. But if you're going to deviate from the pattern, and I started 35 on the pattern, if you deviate from that, just do this. So starting with, I'm probably going to do a mock 1, just to show you how to do it. So I'm probably just going to go ahead and chain 35, and my pattern will be on my website once this is uploaded. I have the crop version done right now. I'm working on the other versions. So the yarn that I am using for the tutorial is Speckled Finch Studios yarn, and that was gifted to me by Nina for this design. So thank you, Nina, for that. I'm going to show you the colorways. This is a DK weight yarn. It is called Woodland Winter. Absolutely stunning. I'm an affiliate for Speckled Finch Studios, and I will leave all that information below if you want to order at any time from them. In any of my Yarn Bliss box videos, that information will be in the description as well. So this is the tag on it. I have it caked. Obviously, it comes in a hank. Woodland Winter, 100% superwash merino, 100 grams, 231 yards. It's a DK weight. It is so beautiful. And I will leave all my links and information below. If you want to do a contrasting edge like on my baby, it's much less yardage. Obviously, the yardage is going to depend on your size. But this is Blue Spruce, same specs. And it matches beautifully, as you saw on the doll. So I'm using a 4.5 millimeter hook. My 4.5 millimeter hook that I'm using today is a Clover Amore with silicone beads that I got from Temu. You can get silicone beads anywhere, and I'll link some below for you. I have a Temu storefront with a ton of beads on it. I'm also an Amazon affiliate, so I can link some there too. I actually picked some up that I think are going to be fantastic for some hooks that I purchased. Could be a later video, might be before this video is even released, so I don't know, but I'll link those links below for you. In the pattern, we are going to chain whatever it says, and the chain is what goes around your neck. It's gonna lay on it's gonna go around your neck and lay on your collarbone. If you're doing a different version, which I will explain in those videos, it could be on the back of your neck. But for the cropped version, it's going to lay on your collarbone, and you have to decide where that is. So your chain depends on you and your preferences. Personally, I like them to touch, the front panels to touch in the front and have it fit like perfectly around. So I'm going to chain 35 to show you the pattern. Now, you can test this out by putting it around your neck. If you put it around your neck and it lays wherever you feel like it's comfortable, on your collarbone, if it touches, whatever it is, if it is good for you, don't do a higher chain. If it's not good enough for you, go ahead and skip to the next highest increment, and it's in increments of 4. So if the highest increment in my pattern doesn't work for you, add 4. Add 4, add 4, add 4 until it does work for you. Now, as you get to the sizes in my pattern, the armholes are always going to be, it's going to start as 5 stitches. The only time it deviates from that is if you do the smaller sizes like I was showing you on the page. So in the pattern, it says to put a single crochet in the second chain from the hook, so not this one, in this one. And then put it in each one all the way down. If you want to start with a foundation single crochet, you can, but you will foundation single crochet as many stitches as you need. You do not have to do what the pattern says with, like I did 35, you would just do 34 stitches. But if you're doing a foundation chain like this, you will follow the pattern. Foundation single crochet is when you are crocheting a single crochet as your foundation. And that's a totally different ball game, and I wanted to keep this as simple as possible. I do believe I have a tutorial for that on the channel though. It is not as hard as it sounds. Just make the stitch as you go. It does look like I need some lotion. This yarn is so pretty. I love working with it. It is one of the best yarns hands down on the market. The dye that is on each and every month that I get the Yarn Bliss box is overwhelmingly beautiful. I have a whole stash of it now and I'm very happy about that. Okay, so this is the beginning, foundation, and then our single crochet beginning row. The pattern calls for you to start doing a stitch, which is not hard to do, but it sounds complicated. It's a 2 double crochet cluster, and I will show you how to do that, and you will know that it is not complicated at all. If you are having a problem with your chain size, test different numbers out before you proceed. Your remedy at the end, if you get like to a certain point and you're trying it on and you're like, oh, my neck is loose, we can fix that you can either do a single crochet another row for your neck, or I can show you how to decrease when we do the edging. All right, so row 1 we completed. Row 1, I have 34 single crochets now because I chained 35 at the beginning. I used one of those chains as a turning chain and we went down our foundation. So now we're going to move on to row 2. Row 2, we're going to need 4 stitch markers for. So 4 stitch markers, and I'll tell you where to divide them. I showed you how on the paper, if you're doing a smaller one, where to put those increases. So we are going to start our stitches so that you know what we're doing pretty much for the rest of the sweater. I'm gonna zoom in. Okay, so row 2, we're going to chain 2 and we're going to turn our work. We are going to put a 2 double crochet cluster in this first stitch or space as our chain 2. So right here is where we're going to put our first stitch, and that's going to be every row. Okay, so yarn over, go into the stitch, yarn over and pull up. We have 3 loops on our hook. We're going to yarn over and we're going to go through 2 of those loops. Now we're going to yarn over, we're going to go back into that stitch, we're going to yarn over and pull up another. We have 4 loops on our hook. We're going to yarn over and go through 2 of those, and then we're going to yarn over and we're going to go through all 3. That is a 2 double crochet cluster. Now we're not going to chain 1 here. We're never going to chain 1 until we get to our increase stitches. So just working into the next stitch now, we're going to yarn over, go into that stitch, yarn over, pull up, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go into the stitch, yarn over, pull up, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through all 3. Now depending on the size that you're making, that will determine how many of these you do before you get to your increase. Since I started with a chain of 35, I need to do 5 total of the 2 double crochet cluster stitches. So I have 2, I need to do 3 more. Yarn over, go into the stitch, yarn over, pull up, yarn over, go through 2. Yarn over, go into the stitch, yarn over, pull up, yarn over, go through 2. Yarn over, go through all 3. I have 3 2 double crochet clusters. I need 2 more. So yarn over, go into the stitch, yarn over, pull up, yarn over, go through 2. Yarn over, go into the stitch, yarn over, pull up, yarn over, go through 2. Yarn over, go through all 3. 1, 2, 3, 4 of them now. I need 1 more. Yarn over, go into the stitch, yarn over, pull up, yarn over, go through 2. Yarn over, go into the stitch, yarn over, pull up, yarn over, go through 2. Yarn over, go through all 3. Now for my size, I needed to do 5 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In the pattern, I will tell you how to do the first one, and then I will say do so many more. So for my size, it said do 4 more. So I need 5 total. I have 5. Now we're going to do an increase and use one of our stitch markers. So in the next stitch, yarn over, go into the stitch, yarn over, pull up, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go into the stitch, yarn over, pull up, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 3. Chain 1, because this is an increase stitch. Do another 2 double crochet cluster in the same stitch or space, and then place your marker at that chain 1. These are silicone markers. They are quiet on my desk for the most part. So when I'm doing tutorials, you don't have to hear a bunch of clanking. Okay, so now in the pattern, it's going to tell you how many stitches you need to work for your sleeve, which should be 5 unless you're deviating from the pattern. So in the next 5 stitches, we do a 2 double crochet cluster in each of those. So in the next 5 stitches, yarn over, go into your stitch, yarn over, pull up, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go in the stitch, yarn over, pull up, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 3. 2 double crochet cluster. Make sure you're not counting your increase stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4. I need 1 more. Okay, have my 5. Now we need to do an increase in the next stitch. So same thing that we did before on the other one. We're going to do a 2 double crochet cluster, chain 1, and another 2 double crochet cluster, all in one stitch. And then we're going to place a marker in that. Now the back, we're doing the back now. So the back will be however many stitches that it says for how you chained. For me, since I did 35, I need to do 10 stitches for my back. Each one of my panels is 5. Your back equals whatever your panels are added up. So 10 stitches. We don't include our increased stitch there. So 10 2 double crochet clusters for me. Okay, not including your increased stitch over here. So make sure you got your chain 1 and your 2, exclude them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, I have 10. So now I need to do an increased stitch again. 2 double crochet, cluster, chain 1, 2 double crochet, cluster, all in the same stitch. Place your marker. Now I have my arm to do. That's 5 stitches, so now we have an increased stitch to do. And place your last marker, your chain 1 space. And then I should have 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, because on my other side of my front panel, I have 5 stitches. So 2 double crochet, cluster in your last front panel stitches. If you are off on your stitches, you can always go back and check. You can rip out, you can redo. You always want to make sure that your front panel count equals your back. So front panel plus front panel equals back panel. Then you will have your increased stitches, which there's 4 separate ones on your sweater, and then your armholes. If you're following the pattern, each armhole to start with will be 5 stitches, and that grows every row. Every row we're going to increase that. So stitch marker to stitch marker. Look at your work. You can count your stitches. Mine are on, so I don't need to. I have 5 in front panel, 5 in front panel, 5 on each arm, and 10 in back. Now this obviously is too small of a size for me. This would fit with my tension and this yarn and my hook. I'm guessing this would be like a 12-month-old size, maybe a little older. but that's why you need to figure out your chain that will work for you. Also, whatever yarn and whatever hook you're using is going to change your variables as well. So now we're going to move on to row 3. Row 3 is going to be your repeat for the rest of the project. Essentially, we're repeating row 2, what we just did, but let me show you how to do row 3. Same thing that we did. We're going to chain 2, we're going to turn our work. In this first stitcher space here, we're going to do a 2 double crochet cluster. And we're going to put a 2 double crochet cluster in each stitch all the way to our marker, including the stitches before and after our chain 1 space. Don't forget them or your stitches are going to get off. Oops, I messed that up. See, I went into that stitch right before my chain 1. Now you need to remove your marker. In your chain 1 space, we're going to do a 2 double crochet cluster, chain 1, 2 double crochet cluster, and that will be every marked stitch. So you have 4 each row that you will be increasing on. Now make sure when you are leaving your increase stitch here, always put a stitch right in that stitch from your last row that was part of your increase. Don't forget that, because your stitches will get off if you do. At the end of this row, I will show you how to count your stitches so that you know that you are on track, and you can do that every row. You can do it mid-row if you want. You just won't match all the way around until you get done with your row. Coming up on our next stitch marker here, make sure you're going in this stitch. The stitch that's the stitch before your chain 1. Then in your chain 1, you do your increase, 2 double crochet cluster, chain 1, 2 double crochet cluster, where you place your stitch marker. Make sure you're going into the stitch after your chain 1 there. Working along the back now. Your last stitch of each row will be your 2 double crochet cluster, and you have that chain 2 that you start every row. Don't work into the chain 2, just work right there into that 2 double crochet cluster. Ignore the chain 2. Okay, let's figure out if I have the right amount of stitches, and you can do this, like I said, every row. So we start out with our front panel right here where we just left off. Count your stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do not count your increase. This is your increase stitch right here. It's a 2 double crochet cluster, chain 1 with your marker in it. Don't count that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 on this front panel. Let's go over to our other front panel. Not going to count this at all. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. My front panels match. Now we're going to go to the arms. Do not count your increase, which is right here, and your other one, which is right here. So I put my thumb here, and I put my thumb here to not look at those stitches. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stitches on this arm. I'm going to go over to my other arm. Exclude that increase. Exclude this increase. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stitches. So my arms match. Now I'm going to go to my back, excluding my increase over here, excluding my increase over here. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have 12 back stitches, which matches perfectly with my front because I have 6 on each front, and you add your fronts and they will equal your back. So 6 each front, 12 in back, 7 each arm, and then I have 4 increased stitches. As you can see, it's gotten bigger, and it will continue to get bigger as I go. So every row now that you do is repeat of your row 2 essentially, and you'll continue on just like I showed you how to do until you get to your largest measurement that you are aiming for. I like to go underneath of the arms and over the bust for the largest measurement for me. For all the ones that I have made, that's what I have done. So I work until these 2 stitch markers reach underneath of the arms and is large enough to go over the chest area, because the chest is usually the largest part of you. If it's not, work until you get to the measurement of whatever is the largest part of you. Just know that if you extend too far, your armholes will just be larger. That's all. So I'm going to continue working this adorable little sweater. I'm going to come back to you when I am to the measurement where I want it to stop. And then I'm going to switch to my contrasting yarn to show you how to finish up your cropped sweater. So I'll be right back to you. Okay, so I am going to do the different color now. This is blue spruce, so I'm switching to that for the edging to show you how to do the ties and the edging around your crop top, and then also how to join the arms. So you're going to start off from wherever you left off. It does not matter where, whatever side you left off on. And on your last pull through of your stitch, switch to your other color if you're switching. If you're not switching, just continue on. I just yarn over and then pull through. All right, now we're going to work along the front edge, and I'm going to roughly put, I'm going to chain 1, and I'm going to roughly put 2 single crochets in each row. I'm going to put 1 here in the corner, and I put my hook in wherever it's comfortable. It does not really matter as long as you're staying a little straight and even. You can count your stitches if you want and match them on the other side. But we're just going to work up one of these front panels here. So make sure you don't put too many stitches, and make sure you don't put too little stitches, because if you put too many, you'll have some ruffling or waves. If you put too little, you'll have puckering and it will be real tight. Okay, I'm coming up to the corner now. On the corner, I want you to put 3 single crochets in the corner stitch. 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to work along the collar. Remember when I said if your collar is too loose and you want to tighten it up, I'll show you what you can do. Every spot where you did an increase, so you can follow it all the way down. You can delete those. You can skip over those. So in each single crochet up until an increase, if you feel like your neck is too loose, or you just don't want it to get bigger, you can skip those stitches for the increase. So I have 1, 2 here that is right above the increase. So I'm going to go ahead and skip those and just go right over to the next one over there. I'm going to do that with the other armhole as well. Arm increase. So there's 2 right there. I'm just going to pop over here on the other side of those 2. If you don't want to do this, you don't want to make your neck smaller, just keep working. Put a single crochet in each stitch. But it is a way to remedy a loose collar. Because at this point, you can pretty much try it on. And if you're trying it on and it is too loose, you know, that's the way to fix it. Skip those 2, go to the next stitch, single crochet. Skip those 2, 1, 2, go on this one, put a single crochet. Go all the way to the corner over here. I'm going to put 3 single crochets in the corner stitch, just like the other one. 1, 2, and 3. Now we're going to work down the front of this one, doing the same thing we did over here. We're just going to put it in where it is comfortable, roughly 2 single crochets per row. And that's roughly, like I said, you can count them if you want. And then mimic that on the other side. Okay, down to the corner here, we're going to do 1 single crochet. And then we're going to make a tie, because that is how this is put together. It is tied. So your tie depends on the length that you want for your tie. I just like one that will just tie. I don't want to do a bow. If you want to do a bow, do as many chains as you need to do a bow. It's up to you what you want to do. I'm going to go ahead and do 10 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I feel like that's long enough to just tie. You can go whatever length you want. In the second chain from the hook, single crochet, and crochet back down your chain you just made. When you get back to the corner here, put a single crochet in that stitch again. And now you're going to work a single crochet in each stitch until you get to the stitch marker. The stitch marker is going to indicate where your arm is going to form into a sleeve. And you have a couple of options here. So when you get to the arm, if you want it to have edging like this, what you'll do if you want the green edging on your sleeve, you want it to go up and over, you'll just keep working your single crochets all the way up. If you don't want that edging on your sleeve, or you're not doing a contrast edging and you just want to join, you don't want to have more sleeve, go into your chain one here, do your single crochet, and then go over to your next chain one space and do a single crochet in it. Then you'll turn your work, take your stitch markers out, and continue on in each one all the way over, and repeat that on the other side. If you want to edge, and I think it looks better if you're doing the contrasting to go up the other side, you'll take your stitch marker out, and you'll continue edging each single crochet all the way up. Once you get to your chain one with a stitch marker in it, single crochet in that space and remove your marker. Take your garment, go back to this chain one space that you had worked into previously. You're going to slip stitch into the single crochet that you put on the chain one space. So put your hook in, pull up the loop, and then you need to pull it over to this side, just like that. Now we're going to work on every single crochet along the back. Once you get to your next stitch marker, make sure that you put a single crochet in the chain one space that the stitch marker is in. Don't forget that stitch that is before it. In the chain one space, remove your marker. Continue on because we need to edge this other arm. In the last chain one space, remove your marker, put a single crochet in that chain one space, find your other chain one space that you just worked into back here, slip stitch into that single crochet, just like that, and now work the rest of your stitches on the front. Once you get to the corner, you need to make another tie. Because you already did one side, you need another one, right? Otherwise, how are you going to tie it? So we need to chain as many as we did the first time. I chained 10, which is not very much. So keep that in mind if you want to like make a bow on yours. I just wanted a tie. So I'm going to chain 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Second chain from the hook, put a single crochet and work a single crochet in each chain all the way down. Once you get to the end, put a single crochet in that first stitch where you started, and then I like to slip stitch up 1 stitch. Cut your yarn, weave in your ends, and you have a beautiful cropped sweater. I love the Sowieso sweater. I think it is perfect. There are so many variations. I want you to stay tuned for all the others because you'll probably enjoy making more than one version. I cannot stop making them. I keep making them and making them. I love making them for our granddaughters. So see, my tie is just big enough to where I can tie and then one more tiny knot. Now this would fit a pretty small baby. Maybe 6 months, depending on the size of the baby, but isn't that adorable? And you can make it to any size. See, this is identical to my baby over here, which is way smaller. It is the same sweater, and your size depends on how large you increase it. That is it. The neck obviously is your starting chain and you choose that as well. But if you choose like a standard neck size, I'll leave some general sizes in the description below for you to go by if you're not sure. And you just keep increasing to the largest size that you want and then you crop it off. I absolutely adore this yarn. It is the prettiest yarn ever. I'll leave all my links below for Speckled Finch Studios. Like I said, stay tuned for my future tutorials on the same sweater in different variations because it's named every way, and that is Sowieso in German. So Sowieso means every way. So stay tuned. I am excited to bring you all of them. I really love all of them. Take care, guys. I appreciate all of you. If you have any questions, you can always email me at spiffyhandmade@gmail.com. You can also leave a comment below. Take care. Until next time, guys.